Hello there and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn's Revenge playthrough as the Empire of the Hand. This is being recorded live on Twitch, so for those watching on YouTube, I'm going to be doing my best to respond to Twitch chat as I go, which is a risk that a lot of streamers understandably don't want to take. But I'll try to read out the comments as I answer them. But we are going to continue our war against the New Republic while the Empire kind of just devours them from the inside. They've gotten all the way down to Sluisvan, so Exocron and Belsavis are cut off from the rest of the New Republic. The rest of their territory is connected, so we'll see what we can do. We made a lot of progress last episode in destroying their giant fleets of mini ships, but it's looking like Chempala and Bilbringi will be where we kind of just hold the line, and we're going to try to conquer Wayland, Garros, and Findar, then down through this way into the core. Then once we have Commodore, we can go in for the rest of these core planets. But we have a lot of money that we need to spend.
Building under construction.
So let's get a lot of places where we can spend it. Because the big thing that we're going to run into is going to be replacing small ships more than anything. So let's get Kestrel, Ascendancy, Warlord Star. Are there any? No, there's only mid-tier ships that we need. So we can just end a fate. Lifty's just cousin, and resume. At least we haven't encountered a Viscount so far. Didn't we kill the one that was attacking Bilbringi? With the help of the Mandalorians?
Construction complete.
Let's go for Findar.
Moving to that destination. Construction complete.
And we should be able to take on Findar with what we have here. It should be a while before the New Republic has recovered enough of their little mini fleet to do much damage to us. Ooh, this is a rough map to go with so few ships. This turns into a complete meat grinder.
At maximum unit capacity. Production halted.
All weapons loaded.
I'd say the battle with the Viscount was actually one of the better battles we had.
T4B ready.
Maybe a top 15 great one on the channel. I've always meant to do that video. Thanks, Catroid. Appreciate it. I want to make a top 10 battles on the channel video or something. Just as an introduction for some people who may be newer. Because there's always that Battle of Adamar that gets brought up as a contender during the first community challenge. Like the community challenge ends up creating a lot of higher stakes battles, just because all the units matter. While still being quite large.
Reporting in. Reporting.
Okay, is there a sensor here? I think there might be one over there.
Roger that. Awaiting orders. Almost there. Form up.
But we'll build one ourselves. Let's just deploy that while we're moving up the road.
Artillery online.
Construction complete.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, get up to this one. This will at least give us a view up the hill. Not all the way up the hill, but part of the way up the hill.
Squad,
We secured a build pad.
What's the community challenge under this sort of thing? So the community challenge is a playthrough that I do occasionally, where the only units I'm allowed to use are units that are named and picked by the community. So patrons as well as viewers, patrons, Twitch subs, etc. get some of the higher tier units as options, and then for the rest of the slots, they're filled by subscriber comments, like YouTube subscriber comments, and I'm only allowed to use those units. So the fleet compositions I have, the unit choices I have are all limited by what gets requested, what gets asked for, and if a unit dies, I'm not allowed to rebuild it. So I have to beat the campaign with a limited amount of units. So it's not just you lose if you lose all your stuff or lose all your planets, it's you lose if you no longer have the units you need to actually make any sort of advance. And so far I've won both of them, though they were kind of by default because at the end I ended up breaking the UI for having too many units. But it was like a couple battles left, or battles worth of enemy units left. So I basically count them as victories. But I'm planning the new one, or the next one right now. There's a poll up on Patreon for what we're going to be doing. The winning option right now is Clone Wars Tech versus Galactic Civil War, or Post-Endor. So we'll probably be doing a mix of CIS and Republic units against Imperial, New Republic, Empire of the Hand. It's going to be probably the most difficult one we've done, but that should make it exciting. So,
Moving to coordinates.
all right, if there's not a sensor array here, I'm going to be very sad. There's not a sensor array here, I'm very sad. Like, I have a bunch of or they have a bunch of buildings, so I'm kind of scared.
Awaiting orders. Copy. Awaiting orders. Heading out. All right, men, take cover.
And then for like the patrons at the highest tier, they get a custom hero, so like custom icon and everything. If you did another community challenge, could I just say Bulwark 1 even if you were playing as in Republic? So there's a set of units that, like a set of units within a theme that get picked, and the choices are within that. The first one I did, it was entirely open. People were allowed to choose whatever unit from within the mod they wanted. God damn it. But for the second one, the theme was Imperial factions. For this third one, I've done the poll for all the different options. And so there was like the one that's winning right now, which is Clone Wars versus later periods. One that was just straight Clone Wars, so we picked one of the Clone Wars factions. And don't fucking chase like that. God damn it. I don't think we can do this now. Then one of the themes was like a minor faction mashup, so we'd have a mix of like Hapen, Siruvi, Chiss, Mandalorian units, and we'd fight the larger factions that way. So there is restrictions on what can be chosen, but within those themes.
Orders, sir. Over there. Awaiting orders. Underway. Almost there. Moving to secondary position. Heading out.
Alright, I may as well just grab
Reinforcements
more units at this point.
Reporting. Moving out. Spread out, men. Advancing.
We secured
Yes,
a
sir.
build pad.
Right away. Moving out. Attack. Heading in. All out.
Unit destroyed.
I can win if I can get up the hill, but if I end up running into a T4B, then it can just destroy everything.
A build pad. We've lost a build pad.
Yes, sir.
We've lost a build pad.
Move out. Ready.
Oh, waiting for...
All weapons loaded. Fire!
Because I assume that they have a repair structure at the top of the hill as well.
Roger. Right away. Avoiding fire! T4P. Attack that target. Attacking target. Reporting in. Give me the target.
You know, you can go further up.
Keep going. Roger that. Affirmative. Take brigadier. Copy. Fire at will. Form up. Moving to that area.
I think there might be a sensor over there. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to check.
Roger that.
There's not.
Awaiting orders. Form up.
Alright, let's try to get up.
Awaiting orders. T4B mobile.
Corey, are minor aesthetic changes like wrong paint job for faction bring priority? Is that a minor thing? Does your team prioritize emerge? I mean, yes, we do, but it also depends on what it is and how changeable that is within the engine. So you'd have to be more specific for me to give a
Unit destroyed.
complete answer to that.
We'll back you up. Bring battle.
And there's always the question of like, what could we be doing instead of doing that thing?
We'll cover you. Right away, sir.
But like, there's some stuff like the Munificent having the CIS logo in Imperial Civil War. That's just baked into the texture by the person who did the texture, Max. So we can't actually change that without basically redoing the entire texture. And he generally prefers that people don't modify his textures. It was a model that he technically made primarily for us in Fall of the Republic, but
Open fire.
not necessarily to our specifications for like every application we could want for it. So for that kind of thing. The AATs are orange, well if they are CS, they're blue-gray. So again, that's not... That... The CIS used multiple different color schemes for things. We have some units that vary between the factions, some that don't.
Ready. Heading out.
And having the same unit have a different
Right away.
model and texture in different situations is not something Empire at War can do efficiently.
Backup. Fall out.
We've lost a build pad.
We'll check it out.
Alright, can we capture this?
We'll assist you. All weapons loaded.
We captured an abandoned
Like, the CIS did still use the orange AAT. There were some situations in which they used the blue and gray color scheme, but it wasn't like a universal thing.
Right behind you. Engaging target.
We captured an abandoned laser tower.
Reporting. Run. Form up. Order acknowledged. Waiting.
We actually won. Well, we've almost won. Are there changes to buildings coming? We'd like to do new building models for the CIS and Republic, but again, the priority is on has been on art for units rather than buildings, getting the actual basic functions done. Because building art is nice to have, but it doesn't actually change any of the functions in the game, whereas you do need the unit models to be done in order to actually use those units. And just like with Imperial Civil War, again, monthly updates will be happening, or essentially monthly updates will be happening, and as more important stuff gets finished, or more necessary stuff gets finished, then we can get more towards the more granular changes. And the same stuff, like, or different stuff isn't done by the same people. So, like, audio stuff is done by Hannes, and he's not the same person that's making models and textures. And, like, stuff that Pox is doing isn't going to factor into how high or low priority art is either, because he's working just on programming stuff. Whereas someone like me, because I'm doing multiple different things, or Bob, who works in multiple different fields of it, we'll prioritize a bit more on
Construction complete.
between disciplines like that. But we're also at different times may want to work on different stuff. So I'll usually have a thing I'm doing as a coding project, a thing I'm doing as an art project, and a thing I'm doing as like a smaller art project. Like, I'm working on the executor right now for the main model that I'm doing, but I'm also probably going to work on the Intego in that time, or in the time that I'm working on that. And I'm also doing stuff for, like, missions coding wise during that. So it all depends on context and what else is happening.
Decoding your transmission. Ascendancy at the ready. Awaiting new instructions, Commander. Open.
Moving to those coordinates. Coordinates set in. Drive engaged. Plotting trajectory. Ahead full.
Moving out. Heading out. On our way.
Alright, now we've got our own little frigates.
What? Heavy destroyer stands ready. Reporting in. Affirmative. Ready to receive orders.
Intercepting.
And fighters in there. Nexokage. Thrawn's Revenge. And I guess we can just throw in every one of these.
Enemies in range.
Hey, Spartan Soldier, glad you can make it. What is a ridiculous mod idea that you really want to do aside from Attack the Food? I mean, as far as ridiculous mod ideas go, I really just want to make Attack the Food.
Decoding your transmission. Star Destroyer at the ready.
Maybe do the Star Fox ship from Super Smash Brothers for Charlie. But not really a full mod, that's just one thing I want to do.
Cruiser ready. Star Destroyer comms open.
Alright, next shot should go on to the Assault Frigate, and they are starting to retreat some of that stuff, so
Generators online. Destroyer at the ready. Ready to receive orders. Thrawn with
right, go for the Golan instead.
Heavy destroyer stands ready. Heavy assault cruiser ready. I got one.
Locking on.
Engaging threat.
Weapons online. Taking fire.
You can back off, and you guys can back in.
Decoding your transmission.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Heavy assault cruiser ready.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Awaiting your orders.
We have enough fighter, or enough anti-fighter that we should really not be dealing with their crap right now.
Yes, Commander. All fire on those torpedo launchers.
You don't need to put up with this. You don't need to take this, my fighters.
Getting a lock.
Orders, sir. Ready for command, sir.
Intercepting. We stand ready. Target locked. All batteries fire when ready.
Okay.
Awaiting new instructions, Commander.
then Luke's gonna have to find a new place for his Jedi temple. Which one is this? This is THRAWN'S Toe.
Yes, sir. Our head full.
Heavy destroyer stands ready. Heavy assault.
I have an idea, Corey. Make the Grey Fox a skirmish exclusive unit carrier. Comes with air wings as the starfighters. It wouldn't be something that I put anywhere near Thrawn's Revenge. Just something Charlie can put in.
Awaiting new instructions, Commander. Heavy assault.
Warlock class spaceship here.
Stay in formation.
Heavy destroyer stands ready.
Where'd he go?
I'd make it a thing he can plug into Thrawn's Revenge, and then he can move on with his life, hopefully. Get some sort of closure.
Excellent shot.
Alright,
Holding fire for maximum effect.
this should no longer be necessary. Let's just go destroy the rest of the station.
Enemies incoming.
Awaiting new instructions, Commander.
And our Astonies... Even I'm not sure if it's Astoni or Astroni that we ultimately decided on.
Getting a lock. Intercepting. Target locked.
Thrawn's Revenge playthrough with only ships smaller than IST's went. That's basically what the community challenge is going to be. If I end up doing Clone Wars tech. Which it seems very likely is what's going to happen.
Attack formation.
So it'll basically be Thrawn's Revenge units plus a few other Fall of the Republic units put in for the clone. So we have all the Clone Wars stuff there, and then I'll probably lose. I'm pretty confident I'm going to lose this one, but we'll see.
More enemy craft.
All mechanisms. Heavy assault taking ready.
Commander, they're hitting us.
All right, we win. Unless this CR90 was going to be a problem, or this other CR90. Maybe the CR90s will be a problem. Here, just snipe that.
Roger that. Attack.
Where'd he go?
Thank you for going so close to my units, but it seems like a bad choice.
Sequence engaged.
Cute little CR90. Bye-bye.
Thrawn would approve. On standby.
What else is even here?
Form up. Fire.
Ready to go, sir.
Oh, a Corona.
Heavy destroyer stands ready. Initialize.
Alright. Turned off interdiction so they can leave if they really want to. Will you be updating THRAWN'SRevenge.com? Thanks for taking the question. No problem. I'm not sure if we will be. We were talking to Beesden, our site designer, about it, but it's not very heavily used. The next Hokage and 2 Astronis died for this. That's very sad. But yeah, so it's possible,
Reporting.
but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, because not many people go there.
Fleet approaching.
Enemy fleet approaching.
Tactical battle imminent.
Shambhala. Did we finish it? We did finish it. 35-20. 1 capital ship. 2 HV guns. I'm not actually sure what the pronunciation of Architens is supposed to be. I just say it how I say it. And I get angry comments about it, whether I do it that way or a different way. So that's how I know. That's how I know I'm right.
High velocity cannon firing.
Ready for battle.
Wow. Thanks for moving your shit, you jerk.
Yes, Commander. Awaiting
All right,
orders.
let's try to move some of this back.
Roger that.
What are you doing?
Warm up.
Star Destroyer cross open.
Yes, Commander. Reporting in.
Awaiting orders.
Ormos class carrier here, Admiral.
Copy. I copy.
I think most of them are actually in the battle right now. Yeah, because it's 1 pop cap, 2 pop cap. Math seems to check out there.
Reporting.
On standby. All fighters engaged.
Yes, sir. Course set. For the Empire.
Awaiting new instructions, Commander. Vectors set.
Yes, Commander. Commencing attack run.
Our space station is under attack.
I got one.
What's your favorite? What's your guys' favorite factions? My favorite faction is this one,
Ready.
Empire of the Hand,
Changing course to intercept.
because it's the one where we get the most input on what happens.
Heavy destroyer stands ready.
Specifically, where I get the most input on what
TIE
happens.
squadron here.
Even as we design other factions, there will probably always be a special place in my heart for the Empire of the Hand.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Thanks, Thunder King. And I think I might have missed Catdroid earlier, so thank both of you for your subs. Appreciate it.
I'm on them. Attack formation.
Awaiting new instructions, Commander.
Regroup for another attack.
Here, just stay closer.
Stay in formation.
All right, now you can go for that one.
Heavy destroyer.
Phalanx, go for this one. You get there. You one there. There's a lot of fighters. Go for the X-Wings.
Target locked. Attack.
Wait, that's probably going to kill that one. Or close. Okay, maybe need more bombs.
More enemy craft.
That's going to be enough.
I have them now. Ties report.
Some of their fighters have pulled back, so clearly we're winning.
Nowhere to run.
Do that.
Falling out of formation. Draw their fire. Orders, sir. Attack formation. Ready for command, sir.
Why do I do this to myself? It's useful testing.
Go after the stragglers.
I do things so no one else will have to go through them again in the future.
New instructions, Commander.
You can figure out both why things happen, which I have a general idea of why this ends up happening, and also how we can make it not happen.
More enemy craft.
Heavy destroyer stands ready.
Eliminating target.
Yes, Commander.
Really, what I'm doing is a public service.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Space station damaged.
Our hangar bay has been destroyed.
Decoding your transmission.
Target locked. Where'd he go?
Initialize general bombardment.
Nowhere to run. Falling out of formation. I got
Awaiting new instructions, Commander.
coming around.
Star Destroyer cross open.
Draw their fire.
Heavy destroyer stands ready.
I mean, I kind of went into what actually goes on with it in previous episodes, so I won't really talk about it now. But one element of it that I don't think I talked about in the previous episodes is that the health of corvettes was decided at a time when accuracy wasn't really a factor. So when accuracy changed to make them more survivable, it ended up pushing them too far in that direction, which is why they end up sticking around longer than they ought to. So them being difficult to hit should come with them being a bit weaker than they are for health.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Thanks, Enzam. Appreciate it. It's hard to fault the AI for doing it. It's clearly working for them. But it is one of the reasons the Odo isn't going down very fast, because they don't really have much anti-structure damage.
Awaiting new instructions, Commander.
We need another HV gun shot on there. Level 1 hype train. Thanks for Batsy.
Yes, Commander. Awaiting orders. Ready to receive orders.
This poor Phalanx has been taking a lot of heat here. What do we want to kill first? Let's kill this one. No, let's kill this one. You're still... Okay, do that. Really, turbo lasers are a problem. Well, that's moving away, so that's going to be harder for you to hit. So kill this, because it's almost dead anyways.
Space station under attack.
Where'd he go? Sir, I've detected.
Star Destroyer prompts open. Sequence engaged.
Alright, help the station as long as it's attacking that.
Awaiting new instructions, Commander.
Go after the stragglers.
Yes, Commander. Reporting in.
Ready to receive orders.
We have 5 whole squadrons of Clawcraft. Probably not whole squadrons. We have 5 squadrons of some amount of Clawcraft.
Taking fire. Commander, they're hitting us. Where'd he go?
Alright, there's one more down. Another one down. Corey, what's the top 10 Empire War battles that left you red in the face laughing? Definitely all these Corona ones. Super red in the face, super laughing right now. Okay, this had better kill
Falling out of formation.
the MC-80B, or else I'm going to be super red in the face laughing.
Their fire. Attack formation.
Maybe left with like 1 hard point left. Yeah. Oh god, it's the fucking engines. Of course it's the engines. Why wouldn't it be?
Star Destroyer prompts open.
Taking fire. I'm losing. Commander, they're hitting us.
That's annoying.
Where'd he go?
You hate to see it.
Receive orders.
If they'd started moving the MC-80 like a third of a second later,
Sequence engaged.
with the first one getting dodged, then that would be dead right now.
Attack formation. Roger that. Go after the stragglers.
Oh wait, this is fine. You can attack that one.
Click. More enemy craft. I'm losing.
Am I really going to use an HV gun to kill this? I am. I just need to accept that I am, and it's going to happen. And it needs to happen.
Where'd he go?
What's still there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think 19-ish. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 or 7 of the machines. Oh no. Now I just feel naked. Oh, that one. Alright. We're gonna get the HV gun. We're gonna use it on that ship. and then we are leaving.
Hypervelocity gun available.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Commander, they're hitting us. Where'd he
Retreat
go?
in progress.
Nowhere to run.
Bye, nerds.
Falling out of formation. Draw their fire.
All right, we killed 25 of them.
Coordinates received.
Tactical battle imminent.
No. Let's get some AA turrets. I'm gonna try to hold this off if I can. I want the HV guns.
Repair station has been sold.
Roger that. Yes, Commander.
We secured a build pad.
Turret constructed. Order, sir. The enemy is
We
approaching.
secured a build pad.
Destroyed.
Turret constructed. Waiting order.
Construction complete.
I've been thinking a lot about making shields a build pad option.
I copy, sir. I copy. Reporting.
So I think that could be fun.
Moving into position.
Okay, come on. You know you want to fly at me. There you go. Ha, sucks to be you. Sucks to you. Here comes 4 more.
Base is under attack.
Don't attack the HV guns. I just got those things. Just insurance isn't activated yet. I think this Almari might have one. They definitely have a missile jamming field. But I don't think there was a shield generator that you could build.
Almost there. Heading out. Right away. Attack that target. Attacking target. Yes, sir.
Well, these are all gonna explode.
Under attack.
Unit destroyed.
All weapons loaded. Fire it with.
Hey, can we drive over you?
Unit destroyed.
There we go. That makes life easier.
Moving out.
Here comes Lando. Sir. You, sir? Mr. Lando?
Hypervelocity gun destroyed.
Alright. That was
Enemy bombardment is
Heading out,
ready.
sir.
that was nice for him.
Firing. All out. Entering battle. Form up. Come on, man,
Base
this
is
way.
under attack.
Hypervelocity gun
Destroyed.
destroyed. Waiting order.
All out
Destroyed.
Destroyed.
All forces retreat.
They destroyed the HV guns, so
System lost.
Heavy cruiser on standby.
now there's no reason for this to go here.
Engage.
Well.
Beginning construction.